I mean, whenever I space, the Q gets reset. I'm getting mixed up now. Whenever I space, the Q gets reset. So like, if I Q here, my cooldowns are gonna be coming back if I Q again. So yeah, that's what my build is based around. So my build makes the other side cooldown faster. It allows me to reset on those Qs. When I hit somebody with that Q, it gives me a large boost of movement speed. And then also my space, if I hit it on an ally or an enemy, they take more damage and the ally takes less damage. And then my wolf does extra damage, has extra range, and that's what my build is based around.
Okay, so I have a Battlerite that... Okay, that's not part of the regular ability for the wolf. Return.
Yeah, you have a affection, which is an okay Battlerite, but I don't like it. I've always never liked it. I have a grudge against people who take other side invisibility and affection. I just don't think it's that great. Really?
Enemy team won.
I should have keyed you. That's silly.
Later. I don't use my R or my ulti usually on Paloma unless I am healing my ally with R.
Okay.
So like, it's just her EX abilities are like the main thing I like to use. Nice panic.
Enemy team claimed the orb.
Oh, you
Oh, what am I doing?
It's okay. I've never played Paloma before, but
Yeah, you like where a kid feels?
yeah, it's really sick.
A little bit of trading places.
Alright, her EX space flops people and
Okay.
it heals. So like, you know how your space can hit an ally and then you can go to him?
Mm-hmm.
So the EX space swaps the people, and if you hit an enemy it does damage and heals yourself, and if you hit an ally it heals the ally and heals yourself.
Okay.
So for example, if I'm playing 2v2 against a Croak and I'm playing Paloma and the Croak hits a double ulti, I'll tell my ally to stop moving and I'll switch us and it'll iframe the Croak ulti.
Okay.
It's pretty tight. But really difficult. Alright, Blossom's probably my worst support, but she's relatively straightforward. So Blossom, pretty much, she has a charged like attack that does extra damage and it snares people. That you can, like, it's pretty similar to Sirius or Khan or Pearl, like those charge. Well, no, Pearl doesn't have that kind of charge. My bad.
Serious?
Yeah, Sirius. It's very similar to Sirius. So every like 3 seconds, I think it is.
3, 2, 1.
It doesn't even say on the tooltip. It was bad, man. But yeah, like every few seconds it recharges, and that empowered one does 20. See? Okay, so you have a Tree of Life. There is a Battlerite that allows you to heal all your allies in the circle if you're healing the Tree of Life, which is pretty useful. I like it a lot. Her space can be, I always take the space recap, which is hop and skip, which turns you invisible, and then you can use it again to do a smaller hop. And then your Q is the tree. It heals people over time, and then if you heal it with that Battlerite, you get what's it called?
Enemy team claimed the orb.
Yeah, if you heal it with the Battlerite, it heals in the AoE as well. Then it does extra healing. Your EXQ is Forest Sanctuary, so start hitting me. And and my tree is going to take the damage, not me. I can also heal the Forest Sanctuary with that Battlerite, and I'll keep getting healed. So it's pretty much a shield. Anything that takes damage in that circle, that's your ally, the damage will be redirected to that tree.
Okay.
Your EX space is a knockback, so yeah, it does a lot of damage as well. And then your E is a stun. If you land it, that AoE creates a stun. Alright, now press E at me, and I'm going to reflect it back at you using my R. So R is a projectile reflector, so you can reflect a full Jade ulti and back into her face, by the way, with that.
Okay.
So that's really useful to use. And then her ultimate. Tool.
Won the orb.
Alright, her ultimate.
Vortex is incoming.
Reflect my ultimate back to me. You have your R up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 20 damage per tick. It's like a 3-tick projectile, and it weakens. So it's not going to do 20 damage on my second tick, because I'm going to be weakening myself through doing this, because you're reflecting it back. So, go now.
Your team
So yeah,
claimed the
that's
orb.
the,
Creep.
I stunned you, dude.
Enemy team claimed the orb. Thanks, Maxwell. Owie. Good birdie. Ouch.
Acorn fight! Just gonna hit you. Yeah, Blossom's pretty straightforward, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy about her. She's pretty difficult to learn though, in my opinion. Like, I'm not that great. Like, in high elo, like, she can heal a lot and stay alive, but I'm not the best. I need to get, like, probably, like, 50 more games with her to be able to take her to Diamond.
2,
Yeah.
1, fight.
And I don't really want to, because my least favorite supports player heal spams, and she's a heal spam.
Enemy
Ah,
team
fuck.
won the orb.
What's up? You gonna throw something at me?
Stop.
Oh, I almost juked myself.
Enemy team claimed the orb.
I think that it just seems like you always know what ability I'm going to be using, so
Yeah.
knowing like cooldowns and knowing what the animations look like for like the cast time, I think it's going to be so huge.
Like every time you stun me, have you noticed I've used a Forest Sanctuary? That way, while I'm stunned, you can't do any damage to me. Like there's no way for you to do damage to me while
Right. I just
while
burned down
you
the
stun
tree.
me. Yeah. I try to block that using my tree. Yeah, blocking projectiles using the tree, great tactic. I love it. Ew.
Are all the supports? Do all the supports stop moving when they heal?
Paloma moves a little bit. It depends on who you're playing, really. like M1 healers can move at a reduced rate. Depends on like how they're healing. M2 healers all stop, I think. Pearl stops, Blossom stops, Sirius moves, I think. Yeah, Sirius moves while he's healing. Lucy stops.
I will annihilate.
Older, I think, can move during the heals as well. I'm pretty sure Lucy's the only one that... I mean, Lucy, Blossom, and Pearl are the only people who stop moving while they heal. And they're all three the heal spam champs.
Yeah.
Because, like, imagine, like, their heal is so big. Imagine if they're able to move around while healing.
Right.
Also be really annoying chasing them down because and lower elo still because they just keep running away from your allies. I'm salty. Support name Salt. I'm gonna get a cracker really fast. 1 sec. Alright, we back in it. So, Pestilus is pretty hard, because he only has 1 escape, but he has a lot of stuff to get people off of him. His auto attacks heal champions that he hits, and it applies Moth to them. He can also apply Moth to enemies. Moth does damage over time, and healing over time, depending on what's hit versus ally or enemy, right?
Okay.
You have Bloodsucker, which is a 30 damage right mouse button, and it deals 15 damage to yourself if you land it. So, we just did 45 damage to each other. Now, press Q on yourself, and that's your queen. You can also M1 it to heal yourself a little faster, but it does healing in an AoE. The explosion on it does damage and panics people away from it. If you have an enemy in your queen and you right mouse button it, it explodes instantly and causes the person to be panicked if they're in the AoE.
Okay.
Your space is infest. When a person is infested, the enemies take more damage and allies take less damage. It's best to have it on an ally because they take 75% less damage versus a 25% extra bonus to an enemy.
Okay.
You know? You can do a double infest build that helps against like really dive heavy comps, and that helps you jump from enemies to allies depending on what you want to do. Your EXM2, so start running around, just walk around. It roots the person. It's an instant cast as well. It's really easy to hit. It's a really long route. Pretty good against melees. Your E is Arachnophobia, which is a panic. And so whatever hits that AoE is going to get panicked. I think Egg Carrier and Spiderling Venom are most definitely necessary Battlerites on him because it allows you to hit 2 panics.
Okay.
It bounces at different ranges. So that's really strong. Your your EXE first is the most troll ability in the fucking game, and it's Brain Bug. So come here, and I'll show you why it's troll. Pestilus 1v1s all look like this. People shoving people into the wall of death. It's great. Your R is a shield, and when it breaks, it applies moths to nearby enemies. And your ultimate is Scarab Pack, and this does 26 damage on impact and then does 24 damage to an enemy over time. So it's per hit it'll do 50 damage, but the damage over time can't stack. So if you hit a person with 3 scarabs, it's it's not gonna.
You're just resetting
Really
its timer
much.
by a little bit.
Yeah, so it's best to hit like 3 different enemies with it.
Okay.
All right.
Your team won